What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be reviewing Starlaunch. You probably heard of it, so let's get into it. Starlaunch is the first insured incubator launchpad on Solana. As you can see on the screen right here, we have a bunch of USPs, which we are going to start off with while talking about this launchpad, of course, to get you guys up to date as to why this launchpad is different and if this is something for you. Now, again, you might already be familiar with this launchpad, but definitely stay tuned because we have a lot of in-depth information about everything and also very recent information about what the coin is doing right now as of 2022. So let's get into that. One of their main goals is to connect their community with well-vetted Solana projects. That is also why they are the first insured launchpad on Solana. They don't use any tiers, okay, you guys? So they use a unique two-token model, as they say right here. You can buy one of their token, which is called Star. This Star token can then be staked over here on the Launchpad, and for your stars that are staked, you will generate another token which is actually called Hydrogen. Hydrogen can then be used to participate in IDOs, but keep in mind that you can also use these two coins separately. You can buy them separately, you can sell them separately as well. So that is a very interesting system that they have. They also have an anti-whale system, incredible flexibility and choice for staking, no minimum contribution, and full user control of project investments. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, this is looking pretty good, but who are the people behind this? Well, the actual team, we're going to get to that later, but the owner is Ashtash Amir. Now, you might know him from a number of things, but mainly CardStarter. Now, we're going to quickly leave this website and we're going to go over to CardStarter over here. This is one of the projects that Amir has worked on in the past. Fun little fact, the CardStarter token has taken a massive dump around 2021, going from as high as the nearly $80 all the way down to $13. So that is a little extra on what the coin of this other project is doing. Now, it's essentially a very like-minded project, but then for the Cardano network, whereas Starlaunch, as you are probably well aware, is on the Solana network. All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and move over to their FAQ. And there on number 3, we see the question, where can I buy the STARS token? They say the STARS token is available on CEX. It's available on CEX as well as DEX. You can get the token on Radium, which is right here. You can just go right ahead and get yourself some tokens through here. And then over here, we see that KYC is required to participate in the IDOs on Starlaunch. Some extra information on that is that you will have a 24-hour purchase window, and it starts 24 hours after the closure of your registration. So that is a little thing to keep in mind. And this goes on and on and on, so you guys can take a look at it yourself if you are interested, but I just took out the most important parts of their FAQ. All right, so on to their actual website. Now, this is a very interesting site. It is worth mentioning that it is a new site. They used to have a other site, a much more normal site from what we are, known in the community, just your standard site. But now, Starlaunch has this thing, right? They have this website with a spaceship, and if you unmute it over here, you can actually hear music as well. Now, I'm quite mixed on this personally. Of course, it is very unique and it looks very cool. On the other hand, it can be a bit tricky to navigate, and in my case, it is also very laggy, which I find very, very annoying. But as you can see, you have all of the buttons over here. You can also click on the ship and then through there navigate all of the options. And over here, of course, you can connect your wallet so you can get started. So we have the Fusion Vault which is used to stake your star tokens and then get that into hydrazine. Pretty straightforward. That's also what we talked about before. Super laggy once again. That's very annoying. They say you need to create a cadet account to begin staking. Now cadet, again, they're all in like character, right? So they have this roleplay thing going on of like the starship. So a cadet account is basically just your personal account on the spaceship, right? On the Starlaunch platform. Now we're not going to go ahead and do that. We're not going to go that in depth. But again, if you want to actually buy star tokens and start staking them to collect hydrogen and participate in IDOs, you're gonna need to create a cadet account, which you can do on the player dashboard. All right, so if we go down here, we see the player dashboard. Again, it's super laggy. I hate it. It's super annoying for me. But here you can create your cadet ID. We're not going to do that right now. We're going to go over to the IDO page and see if they have any current projects going on. Of course they do. Actually, that is not of course, because in this bearish market, most launchpads don't actually have anything going on right now. Starlaunch does. They are currently having a Mods game. Mods game is a P2E game with a fairly straightforward approach. Strategize, expand, and learn more than anybody else. Fundamental idea is to mine straight down into different mining layers for different rewards. So it's a bit of a game IDO, I would almost say IGO, but I didn't do any research on it, so I am not sure. They have two upcoming IDOs, which is Project Hive and Reign of Terror. Reign of Terror coming in with a 200,000 USDC, and Project Hive will need 250,000 USDC, but both of them are not yet available. Project Hive is actually also a game, and Reign of Terror is also a game. Then we take a look at their completed IDOs, which are Legends of Illumia, Cricket Star Manager, Nest Arcade, Plutonians PLD, Tiny Colony, Sinus One, and a bunch of others. So they have already done quite some projects. I know that one of their first project that they've ever did was Monkey League or Monkey Ball, and the opinions on this project are a little bit divided. Some say it's very good, some say it's not very good. I do know that a lot of people made some good money out of it. Monkey Ball is the next generation esport metaverse that enables players to create, play, compete, and earn. Monkey Ball combines high production value multiplayer gaming with Solana blockchain, NFTs, and decentralized finance to deliver an exciting turn-based play-to-earn soccer game that's easy to learn yet hard to master. So again, was quite bullish, but it was also in the bull run when it came out. So obviously it did quite well. But like I said before, not everyone has been a very big fan of Monkey League. In fact, here at the Digits Club, we actually made a video on it. Colin Digits did a video on it explaining why he personally does not like the project and taking a look at it in a lot of detail. That video was from 2021 when the project just came out. Over here we have the claim page, which is agonizingly slow, just as the rest of the website. That is a very big minus for me, you guys. I mean, very cool everything that you guys did, but it's so laggy and the music is so loud, and I'm not a big fan of it. I like their previous website more, but that's my personal opinion. Also, there's nothing to see here on this page. Yeah, just putting it out there. All right, while we're looking at an empty screen anyways, a quick disclaimer for this entire video is that none of this is financial advice. So if you are interested, do your own research and don't base any of your decisions on my analysis. With that being said, let's try and find something on this website that does work. Mission control doesn't work, but again, I believe it is partially because I am not participating in an IDO. I could be wrong. Again, I'm not sure because they have this roleplay thing, which I like, but it makes it a bit more difficult to understand what everything is for. So mission control, I am not 100% sure what it is. I can't click on it either. Then we have a little article talking about going a bit more in depth on the USPs of Starlaunch. Now, we talked about it a little bit in the introduction, but it never hurts to go in more depth, in more detail as to why this Launchpad in particular is the one you should get into. Now, obviously, the first USP that they didn't really put on their site, but it's a USP that I feel like is worth mentioning, is that they are, in fact, the very first insured incubator launchpad on Solana. Now, obviously, as you guys are well aware of, first comes, first wins, right? I don't know if that's the expression, but that's how it is, right? So they're the first ones to do this, so it gives you the highest opportunity to 100x, right? To oversimplify it real quick. Also, they have selective listings, insurance fund, and population program. They do seem to be taking a lot of pride in the fact that they also made a card starter. And here they have a short overview of why Solana and Cardano are, according to them, the best blockchains. So for instance, both Solana and Cardano have insurance fund, guaranteed allocations, KYC compliant, tailored acceleration program, and anti-bot token launch. So that is why they have Starlaunch for Solana and Card Starter for Cardano. They also talk about the average IDO ROI at all-time high, and Solana is still to be announced, but Card Starter here on Cardano has a very high percentage. Then we also take a quick look at the STARS token, which is obviously one of the main tokens that this Launchpad uses for their ecosystem. A pretty interesting coin. It launched at around $3. It peaked at over $20 a coin, with that a spectacular crash all the way down to $7, and it then continued to go down. It is now going for less than 10 cents. So quite an interesting path that this token has taken. Now, why exactly has this happened? We're going to go into that in a little bit more detail, but we're going to do it on the graph of their second coin, which is Hydrogen. Taking a quick look at their coin, as of right now, the time of recording this, the 23rd of June 2022, the coin is worth a mere $2. But it hasn't always been this way. When the project just launched, they came to the market at about $120. It immediately went up a lot, over to nearly $185, only to then crash spectacularly all the way down to around $8 in a very small time span. Now, why did this happen, and is this a red flag? Well, it's worth mentioning that when this happened, of course, the project was in its infancy and it just started. Many people wanted to get in. Also, on their first IDO monkey balls, only a small percentage of people actually did get into the IDO. So a lot of people went into the open market to actually buy the star and the hydrogen coins, but they didn't get as much stars. And on top of that, of course, it was also the ending of the bull market. So this is kind of when we started to slowly but surely get into the bear market. So when people figured it is not worth it to stake and get hydrogen, they started selling their coin, and boy did they sell. As you can see right here in the price. Ever since, it has remained very, very low, and it doesn't seem like it's going to change anytime soon. Then taking a look at the white paper of Starlaunch, I have to say right away that I think the designs are absolutely stunning. So they are definitely not holding back on that department. What is Starlaunch? Starlaunch is the first insured launchpad for Solana. Our goal is to connect our community of backers with trusted and thoroughly vetted Solana blockchain projects, as we already discussed. The defining features are, of course, their two token model, the insurance program, and the KYC compliance program. Let's zoom in a little bit on the insurance program, because I didn't talk about that quite a lot yet. Each project that launches through the platform contributes a fee towards an insurance pool. This offers protection for up to 3 months post-sale against losses due to vaporware, malfeasance, or team neglectance. So this makes Starlaunch a little bit safer, and they take it with a lot of pride as one of their main USPs. Of course, the KYC compliance program Starlaunch uses complete KYC protocols to ensure participant and launch partner KYC, AML, and PEP screening requirements are met and all parties are compliant with national and regional regulations. Now, obviously, this is not an actual positive for everyone. In some locations, a KYC verification actually means that they cannot participate or that they don't want to participate. But for the people who don't care about that and actually like a KYC verification, this is obviously very nice. Then over to their performance metrics, their IDO metrics. They say star token holders 19,676, KYC approved users 41,723, unique countries 170, Twitter followers 75,000, Telegram users 70k, star token stake at 6.1 million, and stars burned at 331,000. Here we see some launch projects, but we already looked at them in quite a lot of detail. All right, over to their tokenomics, our favorite part of the video. We are looking at a 20% team, 32% community rewards, 24% private. Let's see, what's that, huh? 2% for advisors. Okay, a little bit hard to see over there. 3% liquidity, 5% partnerships, 5% public, and 8% development. Now, 20% team, a little bit on the high side, a little bit on the high end, but again, it's not anything too crazy. Over here, they take a look at their distribution model, which goes in depth on how much stars those percentages actually are. So 20 million stars go towards the team, but over 32 million stars are for community rewards, which is not a very bad amount at all. Then over to their roadmap, I have a couple of things to say about this personally, because they don't actually give any times or dates on it. So they know what they want, they know what they have done, they know where they want to go in the future, but they're not giving any specific times. So we don't know whether this is planned for tomorrow or planned for next year. So that is definitely something to look at. As for the actual context on the roadmap, we are seeing token auctions with adjustable parameters, Dutch auction model with decaying price curve, tasks to stimulate user engagement with tailored rewards and incentives, and additional staking options to provide our users more flexibility. I am going to take a sip of water. P2P hydrazine market allows for direct exposure to IDOs for those who choose not to stake stars. This is very interesting actually. So the P2P hydrazine market allows for direct exposure. So even if you don't want to stake your stars, you can still participate in the IDOs, which is very interesting. Permissionless sales, tools for projects to run sales with increased autonomy, and last but not least, increased access to Solana ecosystem for our users. Okay, not the best roadmap I've ever seen, but it is definitely a roadmap at least. Then moving over to their crew, not entirely unimportant, we see some very interesting art. So they opted for not to go with pictures, but with art. I think that is a good choice, especially because it stays in the kind of role-playing theme that they have. Also, the art is very pretty, so then I don't mind. We see a couple of names, nothing really that I recognize right off the bat, but it doesn't look too bad either. What I am noticing is that they only have one advisor, which is Atash, which it's not entirely uncommon to just have one advisor, but for 2% that might be a bit much, don't you think? Let me know down below in the comments if you think that that is a bit much. Usually we do see a bit more advisors on a big project like this. Then a quick little interruption, because just a couple minutes after this I actually found more advisors. For some reason, these advisors were not mentioned on the website, which is very weird, especially because Tamar is very known and very famous and very good. So I don't know why they didn't put her on the website. I don't know why they didn't put Shah on their website either, but these are also two of their advisors. So very weird that we didn't see these two names on the white paper on the website, but there you go. These are also two advisors who are currently working with Starlaunch. And that's the end of the white paper. Pretty good white paper. I do like it, apart from the couple of comments that I've made. Here they have linked all of their socials. They actually have a Discord that is going very, very well with a lot of interaction. So that is worth pointing out for sure. And their Telegram is doing pretty good as well. Also, their Medium, we're actually going to take a look at that right away, is much more active than other launchpads during this bear market. They post at least weekly, and they talk about, well, a lot of stuff, everything that you would expect them to talk about in their blogs. They talk about their projects, their updates, and giveaways, and other things as well. So definitely take a look at their Medium if you're interested. Then over to their socials. Their socials are very interesting. Like I said before, they have this role-playing theme going on, and they stick to it religiously. So both on their website, but also on their socials, they are in the role of like this, this spaceship. So I had my feedback on it. I had my negatives on it. Now let's fanboy over it a little bit because this is awesome. So welcome to Starlaunch. I'm not going to give you guys the sound. I don't want to get copyright striked, but just by seeing this, you guys can probably tell why I'm a little bit of a fanboy over this. They have made a hologram roleplay video announcing Starlaunch, but it gets better, you guys. So they have actually done a press conference in this character. I've never seen anything like it before, but they're basically pretending to have this press conference with like this captain or a public figure on board, and he is answering. It's essentially an EMA, right, or a FAQ, but then done in a very creative and fun way, and I really like it. Now, they haven't posted in a while, but of course their content takes a lot of effort, and like I said before, we're in a very bearish market, so I can understand that. But hopefully they will upload again something soon because it looks really cool. Over on their Twitter, they are also quite active. They post regularly. They actually posted something this hour where they said, "Cadets, you have 7 more days to reach level 3 in our Discord server and be included in this month's raffle to win 500 stars. If you're not in our Discord server yet, join us and start chatting by following this link." So like I said before, they're very active on Discord. They're very active on Twitter and social media in general. And even over here on their Twitter, they stick to their roleplay. So that is really fun to see. They have a lot of interaction. Obviously not on that post because it was very new, but they have good ratios and a lot of people interacting with their tweets. They also have a lot of followers, more than 70,000. So pretty bullish on how they market themselves and how they present themselves online. Here we have their KYC verification. Kind of out of context maybe, but here is how it looks. They have it on their website. So if you, after watching this video, got very excited and you want to get started, you'll need your KYC verification. So get started right away. And this is the platform, the site that you're going to have to use for that. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know down below in the comments if I missed anything and if you're going to actually participate in Starlaunch or not. And if not, then why? All right, thank you for watching yet again. Subscribe, join our Discord, and I see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye, cadets.